In this part 2 of Moodle for Beginners, we're going to focus on the types of assignment that a student can give to the teacher and the type of feedback. So, one of our students will be adding a homework through the online text, and 2 other students will be adding file submissions. We will focus on these submission types of homework and seeing how the teacher can feed back to the student. So if we look, A, Dave is going to type directly in the box available, whereas B, Robert, is going to write in an Office program, Microsoft Office or LibreOffice, and then convert it to PDF. Because unless it's converted to PDF, we won't be able to mark it within the Moodle. However, should he put the Microsoft document there, we would have to download it ourselves and then re-upload it after marking. Finally, Tina is going to write on a notepad, and then she's going to scan the paper and save it as a PDF to be marked within the Moodle. So here I am in my Moodle course, and I'm going to add a letter to my Tuesday-Thursday class. I'll go over to turn editing on. And in the first week, I'm going to add an assignment. Now, I need an assignment name, so I'm going to copy this from a PDF book. So it's useful if you do have a book to copy whatever essay is there. Should the student be ill for a week or 2, they will at least know what to write. So I'm going to copy that information and I'll put that in the box of description. The assignment name will be letter 1. It can be anything you wish, but you do need a name. Now, in this box, I copied the text from the PDF. It looks a bit messy, and what you can do in Moodle, you can change things. So for instance, this is going to be the title, so I can click on this and make the heading large and make it bold and underline it. Whereas in this section, which is about the information, I can make that into heading small. And for the information, I can say pre-formatted. And then finally at the bottom, I can just leave that as it is. But this is quite a useful tool for changing the way the text looks. And I will display the description on the main page. As we go further down, I will allow the submission from this date. The due date, I will not give a due date, they can give it whenever they like. And here is the important part, the submission types. I want to click online and file submission. So those who want to do online can, and those who don't have to. I will give a 50-word count, because I think the idea was that it should be no more than 45 words. So I'll give them a limit of 50. Maximum 1 upload, 1 megabyte, accredited file types. You don't have to choose it, but I'll just choose and say all types. And now we come back to the feedback area. and automatically these two are not ticked, and I would tick everything because it allows you to do different things. This is the one I mainly focus on. That will enable me to edit a PDF file. Just make sure that's clicked. However, you won't be able to do it if you don't tick comment in line. So we'll tick yes. I don't think there's any more submission settings I need. And the grade. Now with this essay, I think the maximum points are 5. So I could just mark it 5. And there are other things you can do, but just for the grade I'll say it's out of 5. And just check that, yes. And save and return to the course. And now I'm going to turn off the editing here. And you can see the course description in the nice font. And now we're going to turn over to Dave, who is our first student who's going to leave the essay. Here we are in Dave's, and I'm going to refresh and then click on this course. And here Dave can see the question, and he decides he wants to write within the Moodle. So we'll click on the letter, and Dave will add a submission. And for Dave, he wants to write in the text here. So I'm just going to paste Dave's letter in, and that's his writing. Again, he can edit the script, but hopefully he will leave it like this so there's lots of room for me to write. However, again, if he wishes, he can make it like a paragraph or pre-formatted. It's quite nice. No, I prefer the other way. Heading small. Okay, that looks quite nice. So Dave will assign that to be marked. So save changes. And he's told that it is ready to be submitted for grading. And there you can see his word. Now we're going to log out of Dave's. And we're going to log in as Bob Dill. So Robert Dillon, he's going to go to Site Home, he's going to go to the pet area, and he is going to also add a submission. But Robert doesn't want to write in here, he wants to actually add a submission. Now I've told them it's better if it's on PDF than Word, so he's already written his letter here, and in any of these documents like LibreOffice, you can go straight to File and Export. You can also do Save As PDF. For instance, you can do it like this, Desktop, and it will save it as a Word document, but you can change this to PDF and then it will save it as a PDF. Or like LibreOffice and OpenOffice, there will be a button saying Export. So you can export and it says Create PDF. So we'll create the PDF. So this is Robert's PDF. We're going to save that on the desktop. And there it is. So we'll just close that out. And we're going to drag his PDF here. So let's just move that there. And here it is, Robert's PDF. And all he has to do is save the changes. So it's submitted. And now we're going to log out and log in as Tina. So let's log out. And she'll go to site home, to the pet. She's going to add the letter. And this is the scanned PDF. So if we just open that, you can see it has been handwritten. So that's what she's going to post. So we'll add submission. And move it here. Save changes. So now all 3 students have admitted a letter for me to look at. So now I'm going to move over to the teachers area. As a teacher, I'm going to go into the course and check on the submitted letters. Here you can see 3 people have submitted and 3 need grading. So let's view the submissions. So as you can see, Dave wrote his, and you can see it written here. If we click on that, we can see the writing. But we can't really edit it. So what we need to do is go back here. These are the file submissions. And I'm going to grade his within the Moodle system. So click on grade. And you'll notice there's a page here because obviously it wasn't converted and there's only one page to look at in this document. It's just saying this document wasn't made that way, and you can see his writing here. And notice these 3 boxes. If I click on this one, and this one, we have different views. Obviously I'm going to click on this one. So what's nice about this is I can actually write within this, but remember there's only 50 words allowed. What I would tend to do is check for some mistakes. For instance, hi Emma, thanks for the present, quite good, comma, yesterday I went to buy the CD. Now it should really be about the future. What CD are you going to buy? So this is an error, but I won't correct that here. I bought one of the scripts. This word should really be buy. So what I can do is I can double click that, click this to get more, and just write that out. And then I can write buy, because it really should be, let's get rid of that, buy the scripts. In order to make it obvious that I've put this word in, I'll use it as a subscript and make it bold. And so then you can see I bought one, buy the scripts, so they can tell my edits. I bought it because I like a lot the music. I like the music a lot, it should be. So I can copy that and put it here. And also edit it a bit here. And just to make it obvious that I put this word in, make it bold and take out this. So I bought it because I like the music a lot and all the songs, and they are one of my favorite singers. Okay, so we can leave it like that, and I can save the changes so that the student sees what I have done. So I'll save changes. Okay, so now I'm going to add a grade, and I'm going to grade it as 4. So now I've edited the comment here, and I'm just going to put some other comments. So I'll move this down a bit. And these are the comments that I've made, and I've shown him some corrections. I'm going to give it a grade of 4. So I'll write in here 4, and then I'll save the changes, and it will notify the student, or I could just untick that. So now if I go back and I see, and I've saved the changes, I can go back to the assignment letter and view the submissions and see that it has been graded, and there are some comments for him. These submission comments are for the student to write. These are my comments. So let's go over to Dave. He's going to go into his Moodle site, and he's going to click on his pet. He can click on the letter and see it's been graded. He can see what he submitted, and then he can see what I have submitted. So this is the feedback. He's got 5, the date when I did it. These are the feedback comments, and in the feedback comments I've copied in the corrected text and mentioned why I gave it 4. Okay, so that's Dave's done. I'm going to go back to the grading site, and this time I'm going to grade Robert Dillon, who wrote it on a Word document. Now this time there's nothing in the box here, and it looks like there's nothing here either. However, we have to remember, look over here where it says page 1 of 2, and if you actually click the next page you can see the actual writing that he did, and I'm now able to use these annotations. I can either use a comment where I would click some box and write in some comment, and then that would be small like there. If he wants to know what did I say about that, he can read it, but I'll get rid of that. Delete that comment. Or I could simply highlight, use the highlight and say one of the scripts is a mistake, as is I like the music a lot, and they should be somewhere else. I could use the squiggle, use a blue pen and say maybe that should say bye, and here I can say that should be I like the music a lot, so I can say, well, that should be here. And I can make some notes as well. I can also write my comments that I had last time. I can say all three are dealt with and give him a mark 4. I've made a few notes here. You can make some more notes here. You have hand tool, highlighting tool, some kind of stamp. You can add a smiley face to make them feel good about themselves. And then I'll save the changes. So this time we'll log out as Dave, and Robert or Bob Dylan can go in and log in. Goes to the site home, goes into his pet course, and he can have a look at the letter submission. So that's what he put in, and here is the feedback. Now he can view the annotated PDF. So if we click on that, again he has to click the next, and he can see what I wrote on the annotated PDF. Also, he can read my comments and see his grade. It says not graded. I guess I forgot to grade it. I should have put the grade in there. So let's go back here, and I'll go back to view submissions. I'll go into the grade. Ah yes, I forgot to grade it. So I'll put 4 here, save the changes. Then if I go back here and refresh, it says graded. And you can see in the feedback, it was graded 4 out of 5, and all the comments. Now the final one we're going to is the scanned of Tina. So let's go back to the teachers page. I want to go back here to the assignments of the letter. I want to view the submissions, and for some reason I can't. Ah yes, sorry, they're far away apart. So I can now see Tina's submission, and I will grade this. Remember that there are 2 pages here, so we'll click the next one, and then we can see her writing, and I can click this box to make it wider. I'm not sure if I can make it wider here, but here is her letter. Hi Emma, tomorrow I will go to buy the new CD, Jordan Sparks. That's quite good. I have all her CDs, it should be. So I could always just draw the S and have a comma just to make her aware of it. I love her music and her CDs are very cheap. See you soon. Now, she hasn't mentioned something. It says, thank Emma for the present. Explain why you have chosen. So she didn't really thank Emma, so she will lose 2 marks for this. So I can go to the middle. I will grade it 3. And I'm going to write a feedback comment here. You have clearly stated the CD, but you have forgotten to thank Emma, and this is a big fault in this kind of essay. So I'm going to save the changes. And now, if we log out as Robert, and we log in as Tina, Tinter, 2, 3, 4. And now she can go to the home site and have a look at her grades. She could look here, I guess. And she can see the overall. She can look at that letter and see it's been graded. And that's her submission. And then she can see I've written 3 out of 5. I've written Y, the comment. And if she wants to view the annotated PD, she can click this and click the next page, and she'll see I've added a few marks. Okay, so that's all you need to know for now. Just a quick overview of adding a letter as an assignment and showing you the 2 different ways that they can be annotated, both by the student and by the teacher in giving feedback. Okay, so that's part 2. In part 3 of the Moodle for Beginners, I'm going to introduce you to the big blue button. Now this is very useful for when teaching students who are in another town or another country. You can do it. This big blue button will replace the Skype, and what's great is you can create within Moodle an online classroom, and using the blue button, it says here, you can show your page, you can upload a PDF that they can edit and you can see. But like I say, the major thing is you don't need to share your Skype ID, neither do they, and everything's held within the 2 hours you open this classroom for. People log on, people log off. When you see it, it'll blow you away. Have a look at some YouTube videos about the big blue button, and I'll show you how you can activate it here. So, see you on the next video.